and definitely one of the most intriguing brutalist structures of the city. Brutalism hunting again. I love it, so I'm going to continue doing it. There's an interesting story about something that happened in this building. So there we have it, the famous UFO Camembert. Real relic of the French telecom era. Speculations as to what's actually in here. A massive stadium. One of the big brutalist landmarks of Paris. I can't really say Roger Taillibert built it. He drew it. I don't get much views on my brutalist architecture videos, but there's not much to do about that. It's not about views. I love it, so I'm going to continue doing it. And so today, time for another one. On 5 Avenue de Général Sarail stands a peculiar piece of architecture. We are in the 16th arrondissement today, and right next to Bois de Boulogne. And over here, we're out brutalism hunting again. And right over here is a place that I have been wanting to take a look at for a very long time. And let's see if we can find it. And there it is. Le Centrale Téléphonique Murat. From the street, this telecommunications tower, Le Centrale Téléphonique Murat, looks like a flying saucer on a pedestal. Pierre Vivien designed the visible portion of the circular superstructure in the shape of a UFO, which housed the administrative offices. This was built between 1974 and 1976 as one of 5 major telephone switching centers of Paris. The disc-shaped volume is elevated above a central core that appears to hover, supported by a cantilevered structure. The technical equipment, by contrast, was entirely hidden, buried in 3 underground levels out of sight. In effect, passers-by see only the spaceship hovering above ground, not the deep workings below. This is a real relic of the French telecom era, and definitely one of the most intriguing brutalist structures of the city. The outer facade is ringed by continuous bands of windows and thick concrete guardrails, giving it a fortress-like solidity, even as it curves futuristically. Since the Murat Central always has been off limits to the public, there's always been a lot of speculations as to what's actually in here. But the top floors here, that's like the offices. And then underground here, there's supposed to be 3 levels of basements, all filled with the hardware for all the switchboards and all the connections. There's an interesting story about something that happened in this building. On the 25th of October 1985, France shifted from 6- and 7-digit local numbers nationwide to 8-digit ones. And the actual ceremony of the switch took place right inside here. The Murat Central was chosen as the nerve center for this switchover. So that night, at 2300 hours, in a control room inside the Murat Center, the Minister of Telecommunications pressed a red button to send the conversion signal to 1,700 telephone exchanges across France. In a split second, all switches were thrown and France entered the era of 8-digit dialing. So there we have it, the famous UFO camembert shaped building. The building's peculiar silhouette, halfway between a flying saucer and a giant mushroom, has made it an emblem of brutalism in Paris. Here behind me is the Parc des Princes, home stadium for Paris Saint-Germain. Roger Taillibert built this in 1972, also one of the big brutalist landmarks of Paris. Well, I can't really say Roger Taillibert built it. He drew it. The current structure, inaugurated in 1972, was designed by French architect Roger Taillibert, known for his innovative use of concrete shell structures and his influence on modern sports architecture. The stadium is located in the 16th arrondissement, and the Peripherique Highway actually passes underneath.
Existe-t-il d'ailleurs plusieurs solutions pour le maître d'œuvre lorsqu'il s'agit de construire une arène de 50 000 places au milieu d'un tissu urbain?
Nous sommes dans un tissu très dense, avec des limites périphériques qui existaient tout autour de cette construction et empêchaient une structure, c'est-à-dire spatiale, dépassant les limites du terrain, par des rampes d'accès, par des escaliers mécaniques, et supprimer ainsi tous les escaliers. C'est, à mon avis, la rançon des études de demain et des réalisations de demain dans ce domaine.
300 mètres de métal dominent ici 600 000 mètres cubes de béton.
Roger Taillibert's design for Parc des Princes was characterized by its bold sculptural concrete form, reflecting the architectural trends of the late 1960s and early 1970s. The stadium was conceived as a monolithic structure with a continuous outer shell, integrating the spectator stance within an enveloping self-supporting concrete framework. The key element of the design is the series of 50 outward-leaning consoles, which create a striking ribbed exterior and eliminate the need for internal columns, ensuring unobstructed sightlines for the spectators. The stadium was intended to be functional yet visually distinctive, with an emphasis on fluidity and organic form, aligning with Taillibert's broader architectural philosophy. A massive stadium, to say the least.